The Australian has been preparing for his latest Crucible campaign. Snooker star Neil Robertson has been left heartbroken on the eve of this year's World Championship. The Australian is a former Crucible winner, having been crowned world champion back in 2010. Robertson will return to the World Championship stage this year as the Australian looks to end his 15-year drought. But Robertson's preparations for the tournament were disrupted somewhat when fellow professional Joe Perry announced his retirement following defeat in qualification earlier this week. The former Welsh Open champion had announced his intentions to retire whenever his World Championship campaign came to an end, but even though it was expected, the news has still taken Robertson aback. Reminiscing on his time alongside Perry, the Crucible hopeful wrote, "As another Crucible campaign begins, I just want to mention one of the biggest decisions that happened in my career, and it wasn't mine. Joe Perry moving to the same club in Cambridge when I made the big leap over in 2003 to move from Australia. I was so excited to be practicing and watch day in, day out a top player in the game to learn from and to pull balls out of the pockets on a very regular basis. I did it without complaining and just admiring how good he was while still trying to learn." He added, "Joe Gentleman Joe announcing his retirement was heartbreaking and one you hope never to hear when you have been on tour for so long together. Joe and I working together this season has been amazing and has been a huge reason for my turnaround, so perhaps there are a few more chapters left to complete working side by side. It's been an absolute honor to practice, play, and compete against you for so long and to call you a great friend. Happy retirement, mate." Nicknamed the Gentleman, Perry turned professional in 1992 and eventually reached the top 16 of the world rankings a decade later in 2002. Alongside his Welsh Open triumph, Perry also reached the final of the Masters in 2017, only to miss out on a maiden Triple Crown title after a defeat against Ronnie O'Sullivan. Meanwhile, Robertson's 2025 World Championship begins on Saturday afternoon when the world number 9 takes on Chris Wakelin in round 1. Robertson has enjoyed a strong end to the season, reaching at least the quarterfinal in each of his last 3 rankings events, including winning the title at the World Grand Prix earlier this year.